Hello, I'm Sue Shapcott and today I'm in Kona, Hawaii, and we're going to talk about probably one of the hardest shots that there is, and that is hitting a driver from the deck. And if you don't know what hitting from the deck means, what it means is you are going to hit the driver without a tee from the ground. Okay, so hitting a driver from the deck is one of my most favorite shots, particularly when I pull it off and I hit a good one. But it's also really difficult because the head of the driver is pretty darn big, particularly these days. So it's harder to get the center of gravity low enough so that you can get the ball up in the air. And it also has just a very little amount of loft on it. So again, it's harder to get the ball up in the air when it's on the ground and you don't have the help from hitting from a tee. So before we go over the mechanics of how you would hit a driver from the deck, just a couple of things to think about. One is hitting a driver from the deck is a high risk, high reward shot. So the first decision that you need to make is it even worth trying to hit a driver from the deck? And depending on what's in front of you, depending on whether there's trouble, water, sand, then that might influence your decision. The other thing to consider is even if you hit it as well as you possibly can you get the ball on the green? So if the answer to that question is no, then I would recommend not even trying to hit a driver from the deck. So I would only take on this shot if there was a substantial reward. Okay, so first of all, if I was on a par 5, for example, and I thought that I could pull off my driver from the deck, would I be able to get it on the green and increase my chances of making a birdie? If that's the case, I might consider it. If I can't get it on the green, then I'm not even gonna try. Okay, so let's say that you have decided you want to try and play the driver from the deck. So how do you do it? First of all, if the ball is sitting well, that's another factor that might encourage you to hit a driver from the deck. And the second thing is that your ball position, instead of being on the inside of your left heel, which it is when the ball is on a tee, when the club has got time to swing up and hit the ball, when you're hitting it from the deck, you don't have a tee, and so you're not going to play the ball as far forward. So you're just going to move it back in your stance a little bit. If you play it too far forward, then you're going to top the ball. Okay, so you want to try and position the ball so that it's maybe just a little bit forward of center, kind of the same position as you would hit your fairway wood. Okay, so the other thing that you need to really focus on is where the club is going to ground out, and you have very little margin for error here. So I would really focus, I would get my eyes to focus right on the back of the ball. That's where you want to make contact. You're not going to be able to bounce the club, which you sometimes can do from the tee, so really focus your eyes on the back of the ball. Once you're set up, then you're going to go for it. So let's have a go at that. Okay, so let's do a little experiment here. I've got 5 balls, and let's see how many out of these 5 balls I can pull off a good shot with the driver off the deck. Okay, here we go. So ball position, not as far forward as normal. Everything else in my setup is the same as normal. And I need to get the strike absolutely right. So I'm really focusing my eyes on the back of the ball here. Okay. That's 0 for 1. So that one I topped, which is a common thing you're going to do, trying to hit a driver from the deck. Let's try that again. I'm going to play the ball a little further back this time, see if that helps me get the bottom of the swing in the right place. That's 0 for 2. This is why you need to pick your spots wisely if you're going to try this shot. Okay, let's try number 3. All right, I'm 0 for 3 right now. One out of 5.